Have you ever wondered what your true worth is? Can a human being be measured by a number? What would happen if your every action, every word, every connection was tallied and turned into a merciless rating, determining your place in the world? Social rating 2.0. The world gleamed with neon lights, but behind this brilliance lurked a ruthless hierarchy, governed by the invisible hand of an algorithm. Social rating 2.0 wasn't just an evaluation system. It was the very fabric of society, dictating access to housing, work, healthcare, and even communication with certain people. Every like, every repost, every purchase, every interaction with government services, all of it fed into your rating. A high rating opened doors to paradise. A low one slowly but surely locked you in the cage of the social bottom. Alex had once been at the top. His golden vector rating shone brightly in his personal profile, unlocking the best opportunities for him. He worked at a prestigious IT company, lived in a spacious apartment with panoramic views, and enjoyed the respect of those around him. His life was a constant stream of approving notifications and invitations to exclusive events. But one day, everything changed. A minor error in a work project, an emotional comment on social media, an unpaid speeding ticket, trifles that wouldn't have mattered before began to subtly erode his rating. The algorithm was relentless and impartial. It knew no pity and made no allowances for human error. Alex's rating began its steady decline. First, he lost access to privileged services. Then he was demoted at work. Friends and colleagues began to keep their distance. A low rating was contagious, like a social plague. His applications for new jobs were automatically rejected, his rent increased, and his health insurance became basic, with long waiting lists and limited services. Alex tried to fight back. He wrote appeals to the soulless system, arguing his innocence, trying to explain the circumstances. But the algorithm was deaf to human pleas. It operated only on numbers, cold and merciless. Despair mounted. Alex became an outcast in his own city. People avoided his gaze, afraid of accidental contact that could negatively affect their own rating. He felt transparent, non-existent. The only ray of light in his fading life remained Lena. They had met in the golden times, and her rating was still high. Lena believed in Alex, saw the person in him, not the number. She supported him, helped him look for work, shared her privileges with him. But the pressure of the system proved too strong. Lena's parents, fearing for her future, insisted that they stop seeing each other. Her employer hinted that her association with someone with a low rating could damage the company's reputation. The social pressure became unbearable. One day, Lena came to Alex with tear-filled eyes. She said she couldn't do it anymore. The system had won. The fear of losing her own status proved stronger than their feelings. Alex was left alone. His rating continued to plummet, sinking lower and lower. He lost his apartment and was forced to move to one of the gray district's reservations for people with low ratings, where hopelessness and despair reigned. Here, there were no neon lights or glittering storefronts, only dilapidated buildings and sullen faces. One cold evening, Alex sat in his tiny room, staring at the blank screen of his outdated communicator. His rating had reached the critical zero-vector mark, social non-existence. He no longer existed in the system. He was blocked from everything, from information, from movement, from basic services. There was a knock at the door. Two faceless people in gray uniforms stood on the threshold, social service paramedics. They had come for him. The system did not tolerate zeros. They were ballast, an error to be deleted. Alex did not resist. There was no fear in his eyes, no despair, only weariness. He was loaded into an unmarked van that drove him in an unknown direction, deeper into the ruthless system that had once lifted him to the top and now mercilessly erased him from the face of the earth. The world continued to gleam with neon lights, and millions of people around the globe continued to monitor their ratings, afraid to make a wrong move, say an extra word, lose their place in this soulless hierarchy. They did not see how, behind the glittering facade of technology, human souls were slowly fading, dissolving into the merciless numbers of the social rating. and the echo of the warning that technologies devoid of humanity could turn life into a soulless prison dissolved into the deafening hum of the digital world.